another episode of Victory Formation Fantasy Football Podcast. So, today we're doing our first mock draft of the season just to, get the engine running and get ourselves prepared for our official draft that we're doing in our league this weekend. So, this is a mock draft for us on the same team, and we're going to show you our picks and talk about each pick and tell you why we like our team or why we don't like our team. We'll find that out in the end if we like it or not. But we'll start with our first pick. We had the
On the eighth pick.
the eighth overall pick, and we took Devonte Adams with our eighth overall pick, and that stays with what we said in our last week's video when we said Devonte Adams was our top fantasy receiver for this year, and yeah, we still believe that. That's why we took him eighth, and with our next pick in the second round, we Julio Jones was on the board, and we could have taken Julio, but we decided to go with running back, and we took Josh Jacobs from the Las Vegas Raiders, and so we got our big time receiver, we got our big time running back, and Jacobs is rated low on a lot of these sites boards.
Yeah.
Um, for some reason, but it's okay because he's just going to fall in drafts, and at the end of the season, people are going to say, "Oh wow, I just got away with taking Josh Jacobs," because we believe he's going to have a really good year. And you want to talk about our next two picks?
Sure. I'm all surprised. I'm not Adams. Almost there at 8, but we got him, so that's good for us. In the third round, we picked Bell there. I know he had a down year last year, but I do
Le'Veon
think
Bell.
yes, but I do think he will bounce back this year and have a better year with their improved O line. And I think Sam Darnold will he'll make Bell do better this year. Fourth round, we drafted Cooper Cup, which I think it could be a bit too early, but I think it's fine for him because he tore his ACL right last year,
Yep.
so he was out. So he's their first option now. They did trade away Cooks to the who they traded to
Brandon Cooks?
yeah,
Yeah, Houston.
yeah, to Houston. So Cup will be their I'm their top guy now. So I think they're in the fourth round. That's good. I'm a good spot for him.
All right. With our
Fifth
pick
round.
in the fifth round, we took Zach Ertz, tight end. So we filled up the tight end position with
Yeah,
one of the best tight ends in the league.
some good value there.
Yeah, and after Zach Ertz, we got our quarterback, and we took one of the best quarterbacks in the league, Russell Wilson, who's a great fantasy quarterback. I've had him a few times the last few years, and he's doesn't let you down, that's for sure. So happy to pair Russell Wilson with the rest of our team. And our next two picks, I'll let you talk about those.
Yeah, they're in the fifth round with Zach Ertz. That was a great value pick, I think. But our sixth round pick was Jonathan Taylor from the Colts. I think he's good value in some drafts if you can find him in the right spots. In my opinion, he will be the starter for the Colts. With that, I'm the best O line. I'm in the league. I think anyway. He'll be the starter, and then on the next round. We went with one of our sleepers, unknowingly named in our last podcast. Make sure to go check that out. Jamison Crowder. I think he will have a good year this year with Sam Darnold. He will be probably his number one option. So I think there in the seventh round, you can't go wrong with him.
All right, yeah. So two depth picks there. Next in the eighth round, we have Emmanuel Sanders, who is moving over to the New Orleans Saints after playing for the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl last year. That's another depth receiver pick who could turn out to have a big year because the amount of times Drew Brees throws a football in New Orleans and um, the way they spread the ball around, it'll be. I think Emmanuel Sanders is good guy to keep all year round, and you never know with an injury he can always step up and be a number one if he has to. After Emmanuel Sanders, we went ahead and took Hayden Hurst, who is now in Atlanta, and is poised to have a pretty decent year as well. He's our backup tight end, so it's not like we're relying on him to be good for us every week. It's just here and there, and if he does end up, blowing up and having a really good year, we could trade him, or
Yeah.
you could do what you want with him. Um, yeah.
Our next two picks here, we went with the defense here. We chose the Bills defense, which I think you can't go wrong with them. they'll probably be. I'm a top three defense this year in fantasy. Like Nick said, I'm no Tom Brady. I'm in the division this year, so I'm those young quarterbacks. I'm with Allen, Darnold, and I'm in Tua. I think the Bills defense will be good this year. And the next round we went with Latavius Murray from the Saints. It's a good pick for us because, well, not for us, but because if you have Kamara especially, I would say to draft Murray. You just don't know these days with the trade rumors, so I think that's a good late round pick for you guys.
Yeah, and Latavius Murray has always been a good guy to pick up the last few years, anyways, since he's
Yeah.
been with the Saints, because they do use him a lot. He runs the ball hard. Um, so yeah, Latavius Murray is always a good guy to have. Next, we went with Harrison Butker as our kicker, and then after that, we went with the backup quarterback position. We took Baker Mayfield, who I think, and I think Christian agrees, he'll bounce back, um, at least be better than he was last year. Last year, had a lot going on. Freddie Kitchens and
Yeah.
whatnot. Odell's first year, and there was, you knew if it was going to go, there was a small chance, at least we thought, that it was going to go really good the way a lot of people thought for them. It was definitely a, like, show us Cleveland. And now another year together with the offense for Baker, and they got a new coach.
He's
So,
a starter in fantasy, I think, this year.
yeah, and, we got him as our backup. So, um, Baker, yeah, and then our last pick of the draft was Antonio Gibson. So just more depth at the position, and um, you never know with the running backs over there. So just depth, and it's not like the team you draft is the team that stays with you all year, unless you've drafted an amazing team that plays well week to week. But there's always injuries and guys going down and whatnot. But this was just a mock draft. This was just for us to get our juices flowing for our actual draft that is happening this weekend that we will talk about in a future episode. So, was there anything else you wanted to say about this mock draft team we have?
Yeah, I think we did. I'm not bad for our first draft this year, but just let us know down in the comments what you think about the draft, and thanks for watching.
Sweet.